Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 14 of Natty and Not. We are your hosts,
I am Alexis and I am Natty.
and I'm Mike, and I'm not.
So before we get started on anything today, I want to give a shout out to gym buddy Tristan
Yeah.
for making us sweatshirts.
Stand up. Yeah. Rep that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Tristan
for
hooked us
those
up.
that are not watching the video, Tristan's a gym buddy, biggest cheerleader, awesome stinking guy. One of like
Super spotter.
the most genuine people, nicest people you've ever met.
Yeah.
As just like a nice thing that he does, he had these sweatshirts made for us.
Yep.
So I got a sweatshirt, and you got like a zip up.
I'm not wearing mine. I got mine dirty today, so I had to wash it, but I've been wearing it every day since I got it. Yeah.
So thank you, Tristan.
Shout out Tristan. Thank you, buddy. Go ahead. You look like you have something under.
No, I was anticipating you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I have a topic, and it was actually an event that happened in the middle of the week. I think it was the middle of the week.
What happened in the middle of the week?
So I suffered from my own golden retriever-ness.
Oh,
and there was one day where I ended up talking to just a couple of people in a row, and I was mentally in the zone of my workout and wanted to just get moving. And people, and it just, people that I talk to in the gym, just, typically it's small talk, but every once in a while, you have this kind of like run-on conversation.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, not anyone's fault, but I ended up getting into two decent conversations back to back in the middle of my workout. And I was like, I'm losing my pump. And I ended up getting a little just frustrated. And then you came over looking for like flirty gym time attention. And I
had a couple of reasons for coming over. I was trying to get you at number one, first and foremost.
Oh,
I needed your attention. Like,
sure.
let's just throw that out there. I always love your attention at the gym.
Baby gets what baby wants.
Baby wanted attention. But two, second place, super close to first place though. Second place was like, oh my God, he's been talking to people for so long.
I know, yeah.
And I was trying to save you. And I was trying to just like come over and interrupt and like end the conversation to try to save you, because I could tell you've been talking forever.
Yeah. And I ended up like giving you the cold shoulder, not on purpose, but just because I was like, I want to get moving. And I started doing my warm-up set, and you're like trying to be cute, and I'm just like, I'm working, and I didn't give you any flirty like attention back. And then you're like, fine, fuck you.
Which I was so mad.
Which I totally get.
But a third reason I wanted you though, like I wanted your flirty attention, but I wanted your help on an exercise. Yeah. So which typically, right, it's like not like a spot, but I just wanted your help because
quick form check, or just, hey, am I doing this? Look at this.
Am I doing this right? Can I feel it right?
Yep.
Right. Like I was in my deload week, which I like to just like extra super focus on like slow, controlled movement.
Yep.
Connect back to the form in case like I've lost anything. Right. And I have a hard time connecting to my left lat. So whenever you're around and you were like two machines down from me, I like just to grab you, be like, hey, just feel this. Am I doing this right? It feels like I'm doing it, but I'm not sure. But you were talking to everybody the fuck else. And you were like, fuck you, bitch. I'll see you later. I don't need to talk to you now. And I was so mad because I just wanted you to put your hand on my fucking lat and make sure I was doing it right.
I hear you, but I was fucking mad because I was like, I want to work. I need to start working.
Stop
I don't want to talk
to so many people.
I was like, I don't want to talk to anybody else. I want to work. Like, and it was just I was just in the zone, like mentally.
I know.
And then I felt myself
you're too nice.
I felt myself
nice.
I felt myself like counting. I was like, all right, that's another minute. That's another minute. I'm just like, I need to get back on this machine. And
sometimes you're too nice.
I am, and I didn't realize. And we should have like a signal or something or I'll just recognize it better now that like when you're over there, you're trying to save me from myself or
That's
something.
honestly, anytime that you're talking to somebody, unless it's somebody that like we're both sort of like friendly with.
Sure.
Because I'm friendly with like a handful of people at the gym
Mm-hmm.
beyond just like a hello. Like Tristan's super nice, right? But there's
Yeah,
like some other
love
people
Tristan,
there
yeah.
like I'll chit chat with for like a few minutes.
Yeah.
And but like we're both like everyone's trying to get work
Liz, love
done.
talking to Liz. Yeah.
Yeah. But we're like trying to get work done.
Yep.
So it's like those conversations don't typically last for very long, but I think that that's a great idea. We need a gym signal to like end it. In all honesty, when I see you talking to somebody that like I don't know, that like I'm not friendly with, and I walk over, I'm just take that as I'm trying to save you.
Okay, got it. I think that's definitely more of a I'll take it as that is the signal. But
Or do you want something else? Do you want me to like flail in front of you? What do you want me to do?
I usually when you come over and talk to me, I'm just like, I just take it as you're like, what are you doing giving anybody attention besides me?
Well, I am also doing that because why are you giving anybody attention besides me?
Baby, only get your attention.
I am the only one that's supposed to get your attention at the gym.
Right.
Only one. Especially even when you're over like spotting me or helping me and people fucking start talking to you. Fuck that. You're here to help me.
Yeah, well.
You go chat on your own goddamn time.
Listen, some people just, want to talk to Big Dog. What's up?
You know what I hate so much about that? Like, I don't know. You are Big Dog. I don't get recognized for having big muscles.
I was making a joke, but
no, but you're one of like the big guys at the gym. But everyone's always like fawning over you and your muscle. Nobody even fucking acknowledges I have an ounce of muscle on my body because I'm a woman and I'm not big.
We have talked about this, and I have several women I know of that have mentioned your shoulders and your back.
I have nice shoulders.
That has come up. I mean, that one, I don't know her name, but I know you were telling me that she had a conversation with you, and she was really sweating like your glute thrust weight because you were doing like 475 or something crazy.
Wait, somebody was talking to you about that?
No. You told me about the conversation that you had with her, and she was just like, "How are you doing that? That's so impressive." So like, so people are talking.
Yeah, but you get like several a day. I don't take that way, and it's not like it happens often. That does not at all happen often to me. I'm not jealous of your attention. I'm just like, guys, leave them alone. Because I want your attention. I'm jealous that you're giving other people your attention, and I fucking want your attention.
Got it.
Only pay attention to me, goddammit.
Copy.
You know what sucks though? Is like I feel so bad because I can't help you like in any exercise. I'll give you a form check. I'll look at you. I'll put my hands on your muscles to make sure that you're working right.
Yeah, I've asked you to help me spot me on shoulder press twice. I will not do that anymore. I will just assume I'm on my own and just go at it.
Dude, just ask one of the other
I was like, all right, you spot me, right? And then you just look at me and then I start struggling and you're like, oh, I guess he's done.
No, I let you struggle though.
No,
because you're supposed to work to figure.
Yeah.
When I'm on a rep, if you help me out too soon, I'll be so pissed.
What? Take a master lesson from Sir Tristan, who hooks me up with like killer spots. Like he already knows that like reps 10, 11, 12, he's got hands on elbows and he's not even helping me, but he's just there. And he's like ready to go.
But I'm there.
Whereas you were like hands on hips and you're like, oh, he's struggling. Oh, he's done. Oh no.
Okay. But if I'm struggling,
yeah,
that's where I want you. Don't fucking put your hands up.
You've never asked me for
hands on me.
I won't touch your machine because you're such a bitch when it comes to asking for a spot. So I'm like, I don't care. I hope your legs fall off. I don't give a shit.
No. I think the only thing I ever truly like asked you for a spot on is like anytime I'm like squats, like if I'm squatting with a barbell, because I have a really hard time squatting with a barbell, as I've talked about, I just can't fucking get my shit together.
Yeah.
Hack squats.
Right.
But I've gotten better with the hack squat. I was afraid to fail on the hack squat machine. I think because I hadn't used it a lot. And so like I wasn't comfortable with like the just the bail point, right? Like I know with a leg press, it's only going to come down so far and it doesn't put me in like a super uncomfortable position. So I can fail on that and it's fine. But I think early on when I was on the hack squat, I just wasn't comfortable with it. So I felt like I needed you there. But that's the only thing I want your hands on. Because it's like I want to get to the point where I'm about to, like, you gain so much from that like fucking struggle. I didn't want to steal your gains, babe.
I super appreciate that.
I didn't want to steal your gains.
I super appreciate that. And
because I don't think that would be good for
I feel the same way when you asked me to help you bring weights over so you can glute thrust 1,000,000 pounds, but God forbid you carry weights over to your fucking glute thrust machine.
It takes like 10 minutes to set that up and break it down.
You're just like, can you grab these big 45-pound plates while I
pick it up?
Pump 10 of them into the air? Can you please help me? Can you please help me? And that pisses me off, to be honest, because I'm just like, bitch, you can fucking lift all this weight. You don't need my help. And I'm in the middle of my sweat. I'm in the middle of my set, and I'm like, I'm out of breath, and I'm gassing. You're like, what's wrong? I'm like, fucking, you need help. I'm fucking over here in the middle of my fucking shit.
Well, in the middle of, to be fair, this goes back to, I want your attention. Why do you have an attitude? Well, because, why do you have an attitude?
I'm like, I don't have an attitude.
Because you shouldn't have an attitude. Because I want you to help me.
I'm cooking in the middle of my set. And then I'm like, I got to lug these plates over. This bitch is going to go pump 10 plates into the air. Nope.
Do you give the people that come up to you and just start talking to you, do you give them a hard time?
No, but I don't love them with all my heart. So there's a difference.
No, fuck you.
I love you with all my heart.
It's because I want your attention, and you should help me.
I do help you.
It takes what feels like 10, 15 minutes to set that shit up. Yeah. And then it takes what feels like 10, 15 minutes to break it down. Yeah. And my gym break is like my lunch break at work with like the hours that I do. So it's like, I take that break in the middle of like my work day to go work out. And sometimes setting it up just takes forever. So you got to help me, baby.
Okay. All right.
Dude. So Instagram likes to show me weird sports all the time. Well, but it's not so much that it's like obnoxious. It's like just enough where I'm like, what the fuck is on my feed? We've talked about car jujitsu before.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did we talk about the plank one?
I don't think so.
Okay. We'll talk about that one at another time. Because what I wanted to talk about was this week, it's like monkey bar kicking. And I don't know what it was called. At least with the other one, it had a name.
Yeah.
But this week,
monkey bar battles.
Monkey bar battles. Oh my God. Yeah. So it's these like think of like a pull-up bar. And think of it in like a square kind of position. So there's like 4 monkey bars, okay, facing each other in like a square pattern. And they're on some sort of platform that's really high up. It almost looks like one of those like Japanese game shows where people just go nuts, but it's like super high up in the air. So if you fall off, like you're going down into like the pool or like whatever they have underneath it. Okay. So 4 guys are hanging, facing each other. They're holding them up in the air, and they have to be like the last man standing. The goal is to get everyone to let go of their monkey bars. So as soon as they hit go, these guys with like abs of fucking steel just start fucking like leg lifting, fuck punching, kicking each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, how like one guy looked like he got kicked so hard in like the forearm. I was like, oh shit, he just fucking kicked through his forearm and broke his fucking forearm.
Yeah, the one guy
kicking each other in the face. It's crazy.
The one guy I was watching was just bicycle kicking another dude, just like blah, 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 just like nonstop right in the face. I mean, eventually he got him. I don't know. The most intense.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
You've got the wildest Instagram algorithm like for
I love it.
me, for you, like
I fucking love it.
posts.
But
It's
I
unreal.
get like one a week of these like weird fucking crazy things, and I fucking love them. They're amazing.
Yep.
The last one I saw prior to the monkey bar thing, they're like plank wars. Okay. So think of it like holding a plank, like arms straight, right? Legs solid plank. And it's two people like facing each other, like head to head. And then there's like a line in the middle. And I don't know how you score points, but these people are like planking facing each other, and they have to get each other to fucking fall down. So they're
Oh
like fucking
yeah.
slapping the shit out of each
Yeah.
other,
Do
knocking each other's arms out.
one arm plank and then a skibbity pat.
Yeah. Skippy pats.
Skibbity pat,
So
real quick.
crazy.
Pop, pop,
So
pop.
stupid. And the people are like falling. So like the first time I saw somebody fall in this, like, I don't know, 60-second video, I was like, oh, the other guy won, right? Isn't that the point? Just assumed that was the point of it.
I would just
No, they
poke
got
the other guy
back,
in the eye.
they got back up and started going at it again. So clearly, I don't know how points work in like plank wars, but very interesting to watch.
Yeah, you were in the obscure of the hand-to-hand combat.
It's wild. I love all of it though.
Yeah, I mean it's entertaining to watch, but it's like, well, I was telling you, like I think we talked about the car one last week, and then I saw a phone booth one, which is like,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. There's like a phone booth one, and he was like, "All right, you got to stop the other guy from making a collect call to your parents. Go, Pah!
Oh my gosh, were they like just trying to like uppercut each other?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
how do you win that?
Yeah, 6-inch punch.
How do they win that though?
The other guy just, starts to slink down because he loses his legs. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You beat the other guy into submission.
That's crazy. So this weekend, other than C-Bum competing, and I don't know how he did yet, but I want to talk about that.
Yeah, I saw prejudging. He looked really good.
He looked really good.
I think he said somewhere I read he put on 8 pounds. Maybe you said it, or I read it somewhere.
In one of his like YouTube videos that he's done in the last couple of weeks, I thought it was like 8 pounds.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to put on like any crazy tissue, but you're like, I think he just filled up as much as he could.
Well, it was what, 5 weeks ago? Because it was the same 5 weeks as yours, right? It was yours was the same day as the Olympia.
Correct.
And you've already put on like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
That is lean though. Like you're not stage lean anymore.
Though. No. Definitely.
So
those guys have like stayed in like super prep mode.
Well, it's crazy, and there's drugs. Speaking of drugs, but the opposite, the NPC Naturals had their is it Wilder, whatever. It's like Ben Wilder NPC Naturals. I'm sure there's more of a name to the show.
Yep.
But because NPC is trying to do more natural events.
Right. There's a couple.
There's a couple of them. They announced last year that they were going to start ramping it up more this year. And then the Ben Wilder one that was yesterday, Friday and Saturday of this week, is their pro event and like their like a nationals event. So if you go to that one, which you have to qualify to go for, if you win, I don't know if I think it's like the first and second overall. So not of each height, because I just don't think that there's enough people to do it.
Yep.
You win your pro card. So you become an IFBB pro by way of natural competition, which is fantastic. I would absolutely, though, love to see like top natural against top not natural and just have people be like, holy fucking shit. Because there's just like such a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll see, and I think this is true. It kind of like what we said last week. The pros will still be the pros, right? So,
right. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the size difference from taking drugs.
Exactly. I was like, so take your top natural pro that goes pro, and then whoever that is, right, and then put them against C-Bum or equivalent, and you're just like, damn. That's the difference.
Yeah, that would be
You know, and
crazy.
it's usually it's just pure mass, it's size, right? Conditioning to a certain point, I think, you know, right?
Yeah.
Because there's definitely people running
It's
PEDs that help with conditioning. Um,
absolutely. I mean, you just look at the lineup in, and I think that's actually part of the reason why like natural events kind of get like a negative connotation to it. People think, oh, they don't want them as lean, or like, why don't they look so lean? Like I got a question from somebody at the gym once, and they said something like, why does everybody like not look great in the natural leagues? And like, number one,
mm,
what you see on social media from like a natural event are the amateurs. There are far fewer natural pro events um, that are like the size of like these IFBB pro events. So, like, number one, you're seeing a lot, like, they put out their amateurs, whereas like NPC, very like NPC News Online, very, very rarely posts anything in social media from their amateur events.
right.
And when they do, have you've seen those comments? What was like the funniest comment that we saw when they were posting amateur events?
Uh, like the people that won?
No, 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 in the
Oh,
comment section.
oh, I don't remember. What do you
People this
remember?
the I
Oh, this is
remember.
they're like, yeah, this is like a clown show or something. Like
Yeah, they're like, this is like the
they're
goofiest fucking show.
pretty, yeah. They're just like, what the fuck is going on
Right.
here? Yeah,
So I feel like the stigma that gets out there is people are looking at like amateurs as opposed to pros, and they're comparing amateur naturals against pro not naturals. So I think number one, that's like a misconception. Number two, it is a lot harder to get that lean. So if you do look up at like the pro lineup, they don't have that like crazy saran wrap level of conditioning. And it's because you're drugs don't just get you big, drugs get you smaller too.
they get you leaner. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but I would say that the naturals, at least in the classic physique division, they looked great.
they
They
did look good.
looked really good, but there's a big difference between an NPC natural, right, and an OCB natural.
Absolutely.
And I think it's something we should talk about because the years of being off PEDs, and I
Hmm.
think the drug list is different too. And I don't know what's okay with NPC and not okay with OCB or NFF. But the OCB and NFF, which you're pro in, right? Those federations are
Hmm.
they go by the WADA list, right?
Yes.
And
Then
the time frame, or did I say that right? WADA? No.
WADA, it's the
Yeah,
World Anti-Doping Association,
yeah,
which is
and
what like like if you go like to the Olympics,
right.
like
That's the same
that's
list.
like the list of things. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you can't be on anything that's on that list.
Yep.
And but the time that you cannot be on anything is quite a bit different, right? So your leagues are what, 7 years?
So they're different. So number one, I will say when like NPC made this like big push to naturals, there was a lot of sort of chatter online and like some like the natty bodybuilding communities of like, this is a joke, this isn't really natural. There was just like there was a lot of negativity from I don't want to say like from the natural community, but just like in like chatter and stuff, in like comment sections, and then hearing from other natural coaches. I've heard like, ah, so and so thinks that this is bullshit. So you get that because the NPC rules are so much more lax than like OCB, which they hold themselves to a really high standard, right? So it's not only the list, but it is the years. So if I'm on the NBC News Online
Mm.
looking at the natural contest rules, it is like I can fit it into one web page before the fold. Okay. That's the list. You get your prohibited substance time frame. So that's high level anabolics, hormones, insulin, growth factors, SARMs, thyroid hormones, diuretics, insulin manipulators, stimulants, intoxicating substances, or muscle implants of any kind. Most of all of those are for 3 years. So in the past 3 years, you cannot have used anabolics or growth hormone or all of the things that you do. Diuretics is like 6 months. Some of the like beta 2 antagonists, which I'm not 100% what that is, 6 months. And then muscle implants. I mean, you can't have muscle implants and go to a bodybuilding show, but essentially it's 3 years. 3 years. Yeah, no BBLs. Although that's not muscle, and that would probably all go away anyway.
Oh. Shows how much I know.
Yeah, it's fat. They do like liposuction from like around someone's like midsection.
Oh, they're not implants?
No, and then they pick up the skin to like give it like a lift. And then they inject the ass with fat.
Oh.
That's how they do that.
Nice.
Isn't that gross?
That's disgusting, yeah.
But that's
take your belly fat, stick it in your ass.
Yeah, all right. Take your belly fat, stick it in your ass.
That's cool.
I love it. That's a BBL.
Nice. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. OCB. The OCB checklist says many of the substances on the ban list cannot have been used within 7 years of contest date. And some things are for like you never could have used any of these things. So a lot of these things are 7 years.
Yep.
Some of them are like forever. And then like the list is so crazy extensive. It's like pages and pages and pages. Which is crazy.
But I do think that makes sense to a certain point though, because I think that, you know, even when you come off, you don't go to like 100% back to what you were. Right. So the gains that you made while on PEDs will not just automatically evaporate. Will you lose a good portion of it? Sure. But all of it? No.
So that's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah.
I couldn't gauge like what the percentage is. Like, I don't know if there's any, like, this is like something that's like, you know, nobody's doing white papers on. You know, bodybuilders that come off of PEDs that still compete, you know, compete in natural events. It's just like that. Nobody's doing that research.
Well, so, no one would ever say that.
What do you mean?
Like no one would ever admit that they do that. Like if they go into a natural event and they win, they're going to claim, oh no, they're going to claim they're natty, whether they truly ever were or not.
Well, I think maybe in the case of the NPC where there's some leeway, right? Where it's 3 years, blah, blah, blah.
3 years.
The list is different, you know, maybe. Anyway, but what I'm saying is like, you don't lose all those gains. How much do you keep? You know, I think is very person to dependent. It's not, there's no like, you're guaranteed to keep 40% no matter what. I think it's just like, how hard do you keep pushing yourself after you come off? You know, how do you recover? How do you diet? Like you got to recalibrate your diet, recalibrate your training. And then, you know, you're going to retain some portion of it, but like what percentage, I couldn't tell you. I've heard some people throw on numbers like keep 40%, but like that is super bro science-y.
Bro science-y, yeah.
There's no data to support that. It's like 60%, I don't know, 40%, 50.
Yeah.
You know,
what's really interesting. So I was watching, I was very curious to see the outcome because, you know, I don't hate the NPC for doing it. I wish they did it better, and maybe they will. Maybe it'll grow to something more. But if they're going to put natural competition up on that, NPC is just a bigger scale. Yeah. If they're going to do that, I want to support that.
Sure.
And maybe, you know, like maybe it'll change in the future. But what was really interesting, so I was following it yesterday, because I'd like to qualify for that next year.
Right.
The woman who won the amateur figure, because I paid more attention to figure, the woman who won the amateur figure actually won the OCB Yorton Cup in September. So when I was looking at pictures, I was like, man, she looks really familiar. She won the Yorton Cup, so which is OCB, which she's like going into her profile. Yep, she is like a lifetime natural. She's in these other organizations. She's also vegan, which I thought was really cool.
Cool.
I also looked at the IFBB Pro winner. So it's a pro event. They have two. So if you are an IFBB Pro and you are natural, according to their rules. That's natural competition. The woman who won looked great. She was huge in like all of the best ways. Obviously not compared to some of the upper level IFBB pros, not nearly as big as those women. But what I thought was really interesting when I went to her profile is like she didn't have any other natural organization listed. So that made me think,
interesting, yeah.
Do you not qualify for those other ones? And I didn't look at the guys. I'm curious if you were to like spot pick one of the winners and like go check out their Instagram profile. I'm very curious what that is. Because I feel like typically if you are a natural bodybuilder, most of us, but most natural bodybuilders, because the shows tend to be a little bit smaller, you might do a couple different federations. So like I would expect to see more things listed on someone's profile. So I thought that was really interesting. Maybe they don't qualify.
Yeah, I mean, that would be like the obvious, I think, reason. But
so it makes me think, when you look at the guys who won,
yeah,
do you, when in like looking at their size, both the amateur and the pro, do you think that they used, let's just say 4 years ago, and they qualified based on those rules? What do you think?
They looked really good. I mean, I think signs of like PED use was definitely there. You know, they're just looking at like the shoulders of most of the guys and, you know, some of the fullness of them. They definitely looked really good. I will say that their conditioning was not as good as the pros in like IFBBs, but I think
that's that leanness we were talking about.
Yeah, but I think that's just a symptom of not using, you know, Clen and Winstrol and stuff to kind of get dry and lean out.
Yeah, I'm looking at a couple of the guy winners,
and but I think for the most part they looked great, and so I think, you know, is that a symptom of residual muscle gain, you know, from when they were on gear? Yeah,
this guy,
I think it is for sure. They look really good. I think they could probably compete in.
This guy's got like giant.
Yeah, you can't really see
giant
that.
lats.
It's blurry.
I'm trying to look because for the women they tagged their Instagram profiles.
Yeah,
I'm very curious.
Yeah, so I think there's definitely residual PED gains there, and
you think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Now I'm curious to like spot check. I'm just very curious. Do any of these other pro guys, do they do other federations too?
Yeah, I'd have to go digging, and I didn't really get into it, but I would say just from
they didn't link their profiles
from sheer visuals. Yeah, they still have residual gains from when they were using, for sure. I think, you know, just their shoulders looked really big. Overall fullness looked really good. I would say the conditioning was not on point with like IFBB, but still really good. Like, right. I think if they were at like a national level, they would, you know, dominate for sure.
But some of those guys are pros,
right?
Did you look at the pros, or are you talking the amateurs? Or you're kind of talking both?
Oh, I was talking about the guys who are winning pro cards.
Oh, gotcha. So the amateurs that are now.
Yeah. I would say that, you know, they can compete in like the NBC nationals. And I think they'd be very competitive. Yeah.
It's interesting. I really wonder how much is that. And it stinks that they're not linking their profiles. Also, whoever wrote their posts, their grammar is really crappy because they can't tell half of them what they're trying to say. And I think they're trying to like list all of like the categories, but like they're just not using any kind of punctuation. And so I'm like, I can't figure out why this one person has like 4 pro cards to their name, and I can't really tell what they won because it's just a bunch of mangled words together.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. So how was your check-in this week?
Woo, girl. Woo, girl, did I put on some weight?
You're getting You're getting so big that when you picked me up the other day, I couldn't wrap my legs around you and like hook my ankles. That's how
I
big you're
know.
getting.
That's right.
That's hot.
That's your boy getting thick.
That's why,
Um,
yeah. That's why all the people are trying to take your attention from me, and I don't like it.
yeah, I'm definitely putting on size for sure. There was like the gym manager came over to me today, or one I think it was like Thursday or Friday. He's like, "What are you eating? Like you're getting big." And I was just like, I appreciate it.
Um, Vegan protein balls,
Yeah,
chicken meatballs.
chicken meatballs, bruh.
It's called seitan. That's what I eat. It's called seitan.
Homemade
Homemade
protein. Anyway, um,
seitan.
but yeah, no. So check in. I put on 7 pounds this week.
Did he write you
Um,
back yet?
no, not yet. And I'm
Uh-oh.
curious what he's gonna say. I mean,
You'd be like,
from
fuck.
looking at my pictures, leanness is still there compared to last week. Like I don't look like I'm holding like fat anywhere.
Yeah, you don't look like you're holding like water. Like you're not swollen anymore, are you?
Yeah. Well, I asked him. I was like, "Is this water weight?" Like maybe asking him to kind of do a quick comparison because like I mean, I definitely feel bigger.
Yeah.
And I didn't do my measurements this morning. I got to do my measurements.
You didn't do your measurements?
I've been doing them like every other week because there's not like huge difference, like huge.
Oh.
Yeah. And I forgot to do them this morning because I was hungry.
You were in and out of the bathroom doing check-ins like super fast. I didn't expect you out, so that's why you didn't do your measurements.
Yeah, I was hungry. I was just like, I need to get food.
Like, fuck
And
this.
yeah, I was like, well, we'll do it next week or whatever. But yeah, so I gotta check my measurements and just see where I'm at. But like,
Mhm.
I feel like I'm definitely putting on a good amount of size.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's a combination of food, water, and I think some tissue and some fat.
I think you're putting on some tissue.
But we'll see.
So hold on.
Coach seemed to think that like we could put on with like this rebound and like off season, like this next push phase. He was like, we could probably put on like 5 to 10 pounds of muscle. And I think it's just because I'm still in like the early phases of like being on gear, like that the kind of the newbie gains type of thing.
Yeah, because that kind of starts all over again.
Yeah, I think that'll slow down over time. It's just like it's the first time my body's going through this. So,
well, they say like naturally you start to slow down muscle gain after like 5 years or so.
Yeah.
And then in the John Jewett courses that we're taking, it's like the same thing. It's like once you start taking gear, you kind of get that newbie stuff all over again.
Yeah.
Plus the sort of like the rebound from being so low, your body is just dying for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like it's the first time my body's going through this. Like I've definitely have felt like tired in the middle of the day randomly just because I'm like, and I don't know if it's just because like because I'm a growing boy.
You're a growing boy.
And yeah, so I'm up to 218. I'm up 7 pounds from last week. I don't know if coach is going to yell at me or not, but I was like on my macros. I didn't really. I had my cheat meals. I didn't. Maybe
Are you sure?
Maybe a couple extra rice cakes here and there, but
that's 7 pounds worth of rice cakes.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't like going through sleeves of rice cakes. So it's just like, yeah. So it's just like we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to get yelled at or if we're going to pull calories down or what he's going to say. If he's going to say, "No, dude, you're a fucking
talking
beast."
about how he was going to feed you like crazy coming off. So maybe this is where you start to get it. Because you got bumped to like from like 31 to like 35, right?
32 to 35, yeah.
Okay, and your PEDs are still the same. They've been the same for a while, right?
Yep. Yeah, nothing's changed there. Yep. So
that's crazy. We'll see what happens. See what he says.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what he says. I'm guessing it's going to be like, all right, let's just hold here and see and hope you don't have another 7 pound bump. And I'm like,
but what was
I don't understand if you know what growing means. I need to eat more food.
What was your highest when you before you started coming down? Like what was your top weight?
Yeah, that's the funny thing. So like so I was at 223 pounds, but I was eating 4,700 calories a day. I'm eating 3,500 calories a day, and I'm like 5 pounds away from that weight, which is like.
But you look so different.
I'm much leaner.
You're leaner. I mean, in comparison to like when you started prep. When you started prep, could you see your abs too good?
Not as good as I can see them now.
Yeah. So I'm like you're significantly leaner now.
Yeah, which is really cool. But maybe that 5-pound difference, slowly getting back up to 4,700 calories, maybe that fluff comes back. We'll see. But I
Get
feel
a
like
little fluffy. Enjoy a little fluffiness.
Yeah, I think
Part of the process.
I think you like me a little husky. I don't know.
You're thick right now. I like it.
Yeah.
You're thick.
I like when you eye me up like the coyote eyeing up a piece of steak. He's been walking through the desert
I've been doing that a lot lately.
And you're just like, oh, nice.
Unless we're at the gym, and then you're like, fuck you, bitch. Get out of here.
No, that was just bad timing. And I didn't realize you were trying to rescue me. But now we have, we just gotta be like
signal.
Just
That's
something
what to do.
Yeah. I'm like, I think my wife's having a stroke. I gotta go. I gotta go.
You gotta go.
She's making bird calls. I don't know what's going on.
That's too funny.
But if I do the same thing too, like, I don't know.
Oh no, I know. Listen, I know.
But yeah, that was my check-in. I don't have any feedback yet, but yeah, your boy's getting thick. How about you? How's your check-in?
It was not good. I fucked up this week. So just finishing the 3rd week of my SIBO protocol.
Mm-hmm.
By the 2nd week, the last week when we talked about it, I was feeling so much better. I was feeling a lot leaner. My the swelling in my belly started to go down, all in my intestines and stuff. And last week, my waist measured 2 inches smaller than what it had been measuring. I was finally getting some relief and coming down. I'm supposed to be adding one new food into my diet every week just to try to introduce new foods. So this week, the food list that I have to reference is just annoying. It's a nightmare. It takes forever. So one of the days we were sitting with the kids at MMA or something, and I just went through my Viome results where they're these foods are good for you.
Yep.
And then it's got your bad ones and then the don't eat these kind of things. So I was just scrolling through. Okay, I want to add a new thing, a new veggie or something. What should I add? And I was scrolling through it and and I found eggplant. And I was like, ooh, eggplant, fall. I'll do something with eggplant. That would be great. I didn't compare that against the FODMAP list. And I don't know why. It fucking just never even occurred to me to cross-reference it. I ate it on Monday. And then a couple hours after I ate it on Monday, I had just really big, bloated belly, just uncomfortable. And it didn't happen right away. So I wasn't 100% that's what it was. I'm oh, it just could be anything at this point. Same thing happened on Tuesday. And then I'm fuck, it's got to be the eggplant. So then I cut it.
Yeah.
But whatever is in that just fucking reignited hell in my stomach.
Threw a fucking grenade in that bitch.
It did. It was not fucking happy.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, today, I've a brick in my stomach. My insides feel hot and swollen.
Yeah, you said
and
that.
It just sucks. It's just sitting is just uncomfortable. Anything is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then my waist measurement this morning, I couldn't tighten my stomach anymore. 31 inches. Last week was 29 and a half, and I'm up 1.5 pounds. And I'm up 1.5 pounds, and I'm not even eating all my calories because I can't. Eating food is some of it's making me sick. I'm not hungry. Yeah. It's very difficult. And I'm scared sometimes to eat because I don't feel great. So it's I'm staying almost 200 calories under each day, or I'm skipping chunks of meals because I'm just not hungry. True. So it's crazy. I wonder if I didn't have this going on and I was eating the way I was eating, how low would I be right now? Because I'm coming in ever so slightly leaner. I know I'm dropping body fat, but I'm just so swollen that you're not seeing it. Yeah. It's frustrating.
Yep.
So that was my check-in. I had to tell coach I fucked up. And she's oh, she feels bad. She's I'm so sorry. She's give it a couple more days. If it's not helping, we can change one of the things in the protocol. And I'm just I just want to feel better.
I hear you. Yeah.
And I fear that like I'm going to be on and off this fucking train for like as long as I live. Because it's just like I have more downs than ups or like just
Yeah, but
regulars.
I feel like you're still learning, and like once you figure it out, it'll be better.
I hope so. Just can
I,
I have
I,
a gallbladder back? That's how do I do that? There needs to be like a transplant list?
black market. I'll look for one.
You look.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find one on the black market.
Well, do you think
Yeah.
that
Organs are
USPS will
us.
deliver it?
Yeah. Organs are
Shut
us.
up. That's probably a
I
thing.
don't.
How
I'm
naive
not.
do I sound? That's a
I'm.
thing.
I'm not.
100% that's a thing.
I have no idea, and that is wild. If it is,
I feel like that's been like in movies and stuff. That's a thing.
I.
I don't want to look it up, but I'm
I don't.
sure that's a thing.
I don't. I don't
I
think
don't
the
want one
gallbladder
from
market's
like
that hot, to be honest.
I beg to differ. People
Avocados.
that people that don't have gallbladders are they're very hurt people. It's bullshit.
Yeah. I don't
But
want to run into any gallbladder cartels. I don't want any problems. So.
But this week was a deload week for me. So
Yeah.
it was like just kind of chill. Not a lot of crazy.
And
Feeling very recovered.
so that's okay. I was just gonna ask how about wins of the week? Feeling
Sleep's been
supercharged?
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
In all seriousness, I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning.
Mhm.
And then I was like, fuck, I'm like, go back to sleep. I couldn't fall back to sleep. I was awake because I don't need catch up sleep. My body is like good.
Yeah, your internal timer is like, nah, we're going.
Yeah, we're good. But it's like, it's not like I'm sleeping in because my body's missing it. Like I'm getting enough sleep every day. I've been getting really pissed off if I climb into bed and it's like the clock
Past
says 9:30. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, no, me too.
I get mad.
And you still wake up an hour before I do too. It's just crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
But you were getting so little sleep.
I was waking up at 4:40. I was getting like 6.5, and it just
A good
clearly
5,
it wasn't enough.
maybe.
A good 5. I know. I don't fall
asleep. If we're being honest, yeah, I was just like, you were running on like fucking crazy low sleep.
And then I would like sleep in and try to make up for it. That's why we made the change.
Yeah, no,
that's why I made the change. And I love being up that early on the weekends, to be honest, because I have like
I've been enjoying it.
I get like a little bit of tie back. It's good.
Yeah, I know this sounds like we're old fogies, but I think
we're so
bodybuilders are like around the world are like nodding their head. They're like, yeah,
sleep.
fucking get that sleep.
Fucking, you need it. Your body needs it.
It feels so good getting good night's sleep.
So I didn't go for wins. I guess my win are just muscle recovery, good sleep this week.
Ready for the next block.
Nothing crazy in the gym. Yeah, I begged her for the one from 2 months ago when I was using the belt squat, because I got up on 4 plates on each side on that belt squat. And I'm like, fuck, I want to kill it. I want to fucking kill it this time. So I'm like really excited. I think I saw like a couple of those days from repeated. So I don't think I actually see my whole week yet. And it was the same workout. So I was like, yeah, she gave it to me again. I'm really excited.
Cool.
So that's my win. My win is excitement for Monday. Nice. What about you?
I think my win of the week is like being up 7 pounds and not looking fluffy. I feel like that was like, honestly, like when I saw the 7 pounds, I got on and off the scale a couple times, went to the bathroom again, and I was just like, what the fuck? That's a huge jump.
Yeah. Crazy.
So yeah, so I think that's a win. Feels like a win. We'll see.
Maybe.
See what coach says with feedback.
We'll see what coach says first before we consider that a win.
I need some some outsider eyes to verify. And then just like overall performance in the gym is just freaking awesome.
That's great.
Weight and reps are up in like almost every move, so it's just like progression's going great.
Lovely. I did have another win, and I wrote it down to talk about too, and I forgot. Step Bestie and I are going to run a step challenge starting December 9th. It's going to go from the 9th to the 20th. So Step Bestie is also a form coach. And if you have never had a form coach, she'll change your life. She's amazing. She fucking changed my life and got me into bodybuilding. Learned so much from her.
What's her name? How can you reach her?
Stephanie Catherine, Form Focus Fit. She is on Instagram. But she's my step bestie. So she's been challenging me to steps to push her. She had like a step goal. She just wanted to move more throughout the day. So we are in an epic battle of November right now. And I will say I'm kicking her ass and she's fucking pissed about it.
Yeah.
Because the first, like when we were doing weekly ones, when she was early on, she's just like, fuck you. I'm going to go walk again. I'm getting 20,000 steps every day. And she was just talking so much shit. And I was just like, yeah, go ahead. That's fine. That's not my goal. I'm just going to stay consistent. And as like, we've gone on a little bit, she's like, fuck, I'm being lazy. Like, get your ass walking, Stephanie, because I'm kicking your ass right now. For the month of November, I am at 292,056. And she is at 289,881. So every time she sees me go up, and she talks so much fucking shit to me on Instagram. Every time she sees me go up, she's like, fuck, I gotta go walk again. So it's a lot of fun. So she keeps sharing all of our stuff on her social media, and her groups and her clients are seeing it. And so I think just like naturally, we're like, let's extend this out. It'll be fun. So we're doing a step challenge, December 9th through the 20th. We're going to open it up like a week earlier so you can kind of get to know us a little bit. So she's all about form, how to use your body, teaches people how to engage muscles. She's amazing. And then I'm going to be talking about like nutrition stuff, applying things, because our goals, the way we work out is just totally different. So we've got like a good yin and yang, and we're going to have fun. Yeah. So we kind of figured that out this week.
Yeah. Do you have info on how to join and where to go look?
Follow us on Instagram. So we are Natty and Not _podcast. You can follow me. You'll find me through there. You'll find you through there. And then Stephanie's just in the story. So we will have a registration link. It'll be $20 to do it. We're going to give away prizes. And it's just going to be fun. And it's not going to be a super competitive thing. Like, we're not going to have like a leaderboard and tally up people's points. That's to meet you where you are. So if you're somebody who, you get 4,000 steps every day and you just want to move a little bit more, that's awesome. Did you hit your goal? As opposed to, people trying to run marathons every day just to win a group. So we're excited. You're going to join us in there too. We're going to have fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. I'm excited. I did forget about that, so I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We're excited. So we'll be sharing registration links and all that stuff on Instagram. So please join us.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that'll be it for today's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.